the Stone Age is now, 1974. Whether to verify our own existence or to verify that our creations are operating properly, self-expression has been an impulse within us for millennia. Oop, left. Okay, there we go. So this video clip is from a recent solo exhibition I had at Transfer Gallery in Brooklyn. And the title of the show was A Subject Self-Defined, and the title of this piece is Plato's Cave. And I place versions of myself into situations throughout the works in the show where past, present, and speculative futures collapsed into each other. So hello old world, hello new world, hello next world, where a mindscape emerges from a collective pool of metaphors and speculations and future visions. And speaking of mindscapes, left, there we go. And speaking of mindscapes, this is one you may be familiar with. This is not my own. Hieronymus Bosch, 1515. And I think his idea of a mindscape is fantastic. And so I decided, and this is mine, so to speak, to appropriate and emojify Bosch. And so if you weren't before, you might be familiar with this piece now, The Garden of Emoji Delights, because it's on view downstairs. And here is the animated version. It also exists as a 13-foot by 7-foot print, the exact dimensions of the original that's in the Prado in Spain. So as much as aspects of culture and civilization have changed, primarily due to technology, in regards to human emotion and desire, a lot has remained the same. And I'll say that again. In regards to human emotion and desire, a lot has remained the same. So on one level, borrowing from the past, particularly from our creative past, from painting, from films, from literature, it allows me to illustrate this point. Our modern identities are an accumulation of personae that reoccur throughout history, where the human condition is represented in artistic renderings and sign systems, like emoji, that project forward and harken back simultaneously. Awakenings. So, getting to my keywords. I have a BFA and an MFA in painting. And it's a practice that has been going on for over 500 years, and I think it's fantastic. It's led to masterworks like the Bosch piece. But I had an awakening in the late 1990s, and I suppose it was an interdisciplinary digital awakening. And so a lot of this awakening created an impulse or a drive in me to translate a concept or story through many media platforms. It's the way we kind of experience media today. And so I worked on this first project after my awakening from 1998 through 2004. Sister Gemini, she was my alter ego. During the day, I was doing websites, building websites for Nike, Sex and the City, etc. At night, she was hacking into websites via QuickTime videos playing an electric dulcimer. And she was expressed as a comic book, in installation, as a flash interactive narrative, as video, etc. And then, identity. Having used myself in my work at various phases for the past 20 years, I'd say the nature of identity in the mediated age is a big obsession with me. Whether I'm referencing Velázquez, old painting from college days, pop cultural sitcoms, you might recognize her, or game culture, network communication portals, this is from 2015, I'm always cutting and pasting away at the essence of identity construction. And then these are more video stills. This is just a shot from the installation recently at Transfer. And they all derive, these pieces that you see here, they're 4K video, they derive from 52 selfie drawings I made over the course of a year. As the project evolved, at some point I was no longer playing the role of just Carla Gannis. I was setting up scenarios to represent different types of women. For example, the middle bottom panel of this Predella Italian feature is a woman facing the implications of post-humanism and artificial intelligence by 3D printing her body as a replacement for her physical body in a Google Deep Dream environment. Or a nude descending a staircase, the top piece, after Duchamp. This time she's descending from a spaceship, recording device in hand as she enters a flooded, stormy environment, seemingly on the brink of disaster. And then storytelling, and there's a little audio here that I didn't mean to be there, but there we go. That'll work. This was designed by 2 students from Pratt, actually. Half of my family is from the Appalachian Mountains, so storytelling is a big part of my culture and my identity. I grew up hearing mountain ballads. They were dark. But at the same time, my dad was already starting to work in computing. And so I had two different impulses affecting me. So after many years of struggling to find my own authentic practice, today I call myself a storyteller of sorts. Rooted in Southern Gothic and expanded into Internet Gothic, where I have refocused my narratives through acts of translation across books. It's an augmented reality book I'll talk about a little later. Video, digital drawings, 3D printing, projection mapping, or whatever other technology seems vital in expressing a part of a theme or idea I'm passionate about. And then, collaboration. This is a project that I collaborated on with poet Justin Petropoulos, entitled Legend, Legend. We were inspired by a 1928 publication entitled The Book of Earth that presented different mappings of the Earth over the centuries. As the project progressed over the course of a year, we collaborated with many other people, and it became a gallery installation, also shown at Transfer Gallery, a performance work, and a web app that allowed users to re-author our text and images. This entire project was concerned with remapping meaning across literary and artistic forms, but also across media platforms,